Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. Two things fill the mind with ever new and increasing admiration and awe: the starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. Out of timber so crooked as that from which man is made, nothing entirely straight can be carved. Act only according to that maxim, whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. The two things which I treat with the greatest depth and extent, the starry heavens above and the moral law within. All our knowledge begins with sense, proceeds thence to understanding, and ends with reason, beyond which nothing higher can be discovered in the human mind for elaborating the matter of intuition and subjecting it to the highest unity of thought. I had therefore to remove knowledge, in order to make room for belief. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. Man is not a thing, but a being capable of reasoning and of freedom. The death of dogma is the birth of morality. Enlightenment is man's emergence from his self-imposed knowledge. Knowledge is the inability to use one's own understanding without another's guidance. Morality is not properly the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. All the interests of my reason, speculative as well as practical, combine in the three following questions. 1. What can I know? 2. What ought I to do? 3. What may I hope? I must remove knowledge, to make room for belief. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. To be human is to be rational. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. A lie is a false assertion, and the essence of a lie is that it is a violation of the right of the hearer. Immaturity is the incapacity to use one's intelligence without the guidance of another. So act that your principle of action might safely be made a law for the whole world. All thought must, directly or indirectly, by way of certain characters, relate ultimately to intuitions, and therefore, with us, to sensibility, because in no other way can an object be given to us. The only thing that can be called good without qualification is a good will. Man is always in the process of becoming, and is never fully made. The greatest good that one can do is to cultivate his own understanding and make himself useful to others. Intuition and concepts constitute the elements of all our knowledge, so that neither concepts without an intuition in some way corresponding to them, nor intuition without concepts, can yield knowledge. A philosophy which does not embrace the possibility of a different order of things is not merely an incomplete philosophy, but the height of folly. All human knowledge begins with intuitions, proceeds from thence to concepts, and ends with ideas. The mind is the man, the knowledge of the mind is the knowledge of the man. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but of how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. The only true philosophy is one that is practical.